Hey, welcome, Ruth Ann, and we thank you and Service First Mortgage for being a valued sponsor of the West Dallas Fort Worth REI Group. Um, you've been a sponsor for many, many years now, and quite honestly, I'm not sure how long it's been. What do you think? Maybe 8, 9 years,
At
something like
least,
that?
I think.
It's
Hmm.
been a long time, and as I've said it many times in the group meetings, you're our most senior sponsor, and that's not intended to be an age thing, but you have been with us for a lot of years, so we appreciate that. Um, we, as you hear me talk about frequently in our group meetings, the taking care of the members is very important to us and to me in particular. But I think one of the things that really says a lot about the quality of service and the products that our sponsors provide is the longevity and how long the sponsors have been with the group. And I'm pretty sure that if the sponsors weren't taking care of the members, then they wouldn't be sponsors very long, right? There'd be no
Right,
reason for them to come. So,
right.
um, tell us a little bit about how long you've been in your line of business and what kind of services do you offer to our members?
Well, in lending, 27 years, over 27 years, and obviously I enjoy it, or I wouldn't still be in it. It's the kind of business you have to enjoy, or you couldn't stand it. It's changed a lot over the years. It's gotten a lot harder, but a lot more interesting.
No, I can't even imagine how hard it must be because I know that you and I've talked about this a lot. Your lending requirements change quite often, if not daily, in a lot of cases. So, especially after back when the crash took place, I remember you saying how frequent things were changing. So,
Well, the government oversight, and it's there's so much more required to get a loan, and such penalties if anything is missed, not disclosed. But it's still very interesting and very rewarding.
yeah, good. So, do you have any kind of special offers or special programs that you offer our members?
Well, we are a traditional lender in the beginning, so all of the traditional, conventional FHA, VA, USDA purchases or refinances. But more importantly, um, I think our services are more to actually analyze the client's need. I ask them first about what their goal is for the property, and their credit, analyze their credit profile. And a lot of my buyers don't need any help with their credit, but a lot of times I can see where they could save on interest rate if they just did one or two little things. I have the software, once I do a free credit report, by the way, I have the software to analyze that and see, even if they have good credit, how they could get up over the next point to lower their interest rate. So not really credit repair, but if they're a potential buyer and they're in bad shape, then I can help them. I'd much rather help them myself than send them to some company that I don't know where they're, what they're going to do with my client.
Sure. And I know you have helped quite a few of our members over the years because they've talked about it in our meetings. One of the things that I know that I ask you to mention frequently to the membership is about all of your grant programs. Can you kind of summarize that a little bit for everybody?
Right. Well, and not only that, but we have a bank partner. So even if they don't have that need, sometimes the clients come in and they might not have provable income. So even when they don't need down payment assistance, we have the bank partner who can make a loan based on bank deposits instead of tax returns, or additional collateral instead of an income stream. I've even been able to get loans done for people that don't have an income stream, but they have another property to put up as collateral. So without an income stream, we get them approved. That's unheard of,
No,
unless
I
you have a
agree with that.
special relationship with a bank, yes. But I have been for many, many years an approved lender with almost every city program that's out there. The city programs are my favorites because they give more money to the buyer, and they have no restriction on the interest rate. The cities let me give the buyer the best interest rate I can get and down payment assistance for either their down payment or closing costs. Some cities limit them in different ways. The tricky part is learning them one at a time because each city program is different. So I have to be approved by each city and know their guidelines before I can help a buyer with those. But as an investor, you get more profit out of your property if I can get your buyer one of these programs, because they're not going to ask you to turn around and pay their closing costs.
Yeah.
They might have saved for their down payment. But cities have one of the smaller cities, $5,000 up to $50,000 available for first-time buyers who have just not owned a home in the last 3 years. And they're up to 80% median, but like two people under the 80% median guideline, like a single parent and a child, they can make 52 too in most cities and still qualify for these down payment assistance programs.
Nice.
And
nice.
then if people make more and they still need help, you know, people are not into saving. So people might have thought, well, I've got a down payment, but I don't have, they don't have a clue about closing costs. But if they make a lot of money and haven't saved enough, I have state programs that will let them make a lot more than that and still get down payment assistance. So that's a huge help. And again, as an investor, you don't want to have to pull out of your profit and pay their closing costs.
Right.
So it's helped a lot of my investors.
Yeah. No, I like that strategy. That's for sure. Free money is always good. And, you know, you're also able to help the buyers as well. So I think it's a great opportunity. I know this is, I'm going to ask you to put your thinking cap on and go back to day one when you joined the West Dallas-Fort Worth REI Group. But any idea, do you remember why you decided to join the group? And overall, has it been worth your time? I assume it has. You're still here after all these years, but.
Right. Well, that's mostly because of you. I like being seen with quality people. No, I think you first called me about maybe one of the programs or something. I forget how I met you in the begining.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Something you said tweaked my interest, and I do have investor friends. Sorry. I do have investor friends who need to know how to invest correctly. And I'm one of those people that wants to know a little bit about everything. So when I first came to your group, I wanted to know more about investing. I wasn't sure I wanted to do that, but I wanted to help other people know and who to invite, who would benefit from coming. But I meet the greatest people at your groups. And my business has increased because of it. I have, I think I've mentioned him to you before. I have one man I met in your group, and he has used me to purchase 4 investment properties, put his money right back in the bank that he originally used to buy those with within just, a few weeks. He's gone from just owning his own home to a much bigger home and 4 rental properties within just 3 or 4 years with the products that we have for him. And it's been a good thing for me in my business and for my knowledge level. So I love it.
Good. Glad to hear it. Maybe we need to get you on the schedule to come present that scenario where that gentleman was able to purchase 4 properties using your strategies and financing. Maybe we should talk about getting you on the schedule for that.
I'd love that.
So great. So given the fact that you've been a sponsor for a long time now, what would you say to any other company that offers real estate related products and services that might want to consider becoming a sponsor? What would you say to those folks?
Oh my goodness, do it today. Do it today. It's the best move I've ever made. Very little cost for the return. The people I meet there are such great people, and just
Cool.
Get involved and attend. That's the key.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think people would use me if I attended one time out of the year and paid my sponsorship. I don't think that would benefit anyone. But just attending, I hope I attend more than most of your sponsors. I intend to.
I believe you do, and I think you just made a very, very strong point, that people like to put a name and a face together, and although this video is going to be available on YouTube and on the sponsors page, and it's going to help a lot of people put a name and face together, it's not the same as being able to go and meet you and see you and talk to you and ask you questions and stuff. So it's a very important piece of the networking and being a good sponsor, in an effort to build your business. So I think it's a great idea, a great thing to be there. So what's the best way for our members to reach out to you if they are interested in learning more about your services?
I'm available anytime, any day. That's the key. Calling me is the very, very best because I love talking to people first. But I do have a mobile app, and I can send that mobile app by text or email. And it has my face and my company information right on it. And when I text it to them, they know how to get back to me, or they can share that and text it on to their buyer. And their buyer can use it. The buyer can text it to their friend. And we can even co-brand ourselves on the mobile app. I could put your company information on my mobile app with mine, and it would show up when they receive it. It would have links to you and to me for them to reach out to both of us. So with today's technology, the mobile app seems to be a big favorite.
We need to talk about that. You're telling me something I've never heard before. I need to get that from you, and maybe we need to get it on the sponsors page here too. But we will have. You want to go ahead and give us the best phone number here, and then we'll make sure we put it on the sponsors page as well.
Great. It's always my cell. My cell is the best number. Even during these times, the company phone is forwarded to someone else. So my cell number is always the best. And I think that's why I keep my clients for many, many years, is because they can reach me on Saturday or
Right.
Tuesday evening or whatever. My cell is the best. It's 817-721-6389.
Okay. And we will also have that number in the text on the right-hand side of the video on the page as well, so everybody can go there if they miss that.
Great.
So Ruth Ann, I think that's a wrap, unless you have something else that you want to add. Michelle and I really appreciate you being a sponsor, and I know she always enjoys talking to you, and Pamela does as well. But we appreciate you taking care of our West DFW REI Group family and all of our members. And unless you have anything else, then I'm going to let you go.
Thanks for inviting me.
Have a great day.
You too.
Take care. Bye.
Bye.